India's electric vehicle sector is zooming ahead at a rapid pace, fueled by government incentives, rising environmental consciousness, and rapid technological advances. Amid this electrifying transformation, one name that once sparked excitement as a disruptor is now navigating stormy weather: Ola Electric. After a dazzling 20% surge on its IPO listing day, Ola Electric shares have since plunged nearly 45%, clouded by operational hiccups, regulatory challenges, and fierce competition. So, what exactly went wrong, and can Ola Electric charge back to the front? Let's break it down. You're watching Informed Investor, an initiative by Equentis. First, let's understand how it all began. Ola started in 2010 when Bhavish Agarwal and Ankit Bhati launched an app-based ride-hailing platform in Bengaluru to make transport more accessible. It quickly gained popularity by connecting customers to various vehicle options from autos to bikes to premium cabs. Ola later expanded through acquisitions like Taxi for Sure and Food Panda and attracted major investors like Temasek and Tiger Global. But by 2017, the company sensed the shift. With rising fuel prices and climate concerns, Ola saw a change to go electric not just as a ride-hailing operator, but as a manufacturer. Ola Electric was born as a wholly owned subsidiary of Ola Cabs, parent company ANI Technologies. Fast forward to today, Ola Electric isn't just selling scooters, it's building an entire ecosystem. From its Ola S1 series to its ambitious future factory in Tamil Nadu and its own lithium-ion gigafactory, the company is betting big on vertical integration. As of June 2025, Phase 1 of Gigafactory is already operational with capacity expected to hit 5 gigawatts soon, putting Ola in a strong position to control battery production, the heart of any EV. And quite obviously, Ola derives a major chunk of its revenue from selling its scooters. In Q4 FY25, Ola Electric's revenue was overwhelmingly driven by its core automotive segment, which contributed 99% to its total segment revenue from operations. The cell manufacturing segment, still in its early stages, contributed a modest 1%. This highlights Ola's continued dependence on its EV sales. Now, if we look at the bigger picture, India's EV market is on a rocket-like trajectory. According to Fortune Business Insights, the Indian EV market is forecasted to expand from $3.21 billion in 2022 to $113.99 billion by 2029, growing at a CAGR of an impressive 66.52%. And out of this massive growth, electric two-wheelers will be at the forefront. If you see, in FY24, electric two-wheelers accounted for 57% of all electric vehicles sold in the country. And more recently, EV sales in India crossed a significant milestone with over 20 lakh EVs sold in a single physical year, pushing cumulative sales to 61.65 lakh units by March 2025. To add to this, the government has set bold targets. By 2030, it wants 30% of private cars, 70% of commercial vehicles, 40% of buses, and 80% of two-wheelers and three-wheelers to be electric. That's a whopping 80 million EVs on Indian roads by the end of 2030. Now, amid all this, let's understand where Ola currently stands. In August 2024, Ola Electric launched a mega IPO, raising 6,145 crore rupees, valued at 40,000 crore rupees. The stock debuted with a 20% jump on listing day. Investors were buzzing with excitement, seeing Ola as a leader in India's EV boom. But the party didn't last. Since its debut, the stock has plummeted by a drastic 45% so far. So what's even worse is founder Bhavish Agarwal had to inject 20 crore rupees to shore up collateral for borrowings due to the falling share price. Mutual funds have also scaled back, with their stake dropping from 5.16% in Q2 FY25 to 2.93% in Q4, even as their broader market investments grew. Now let's understand the market dynamics. Ola Electric, once a dominant force and ranked as the #1 EV brand in India, has experienced a significant erosion of its market position. In May 2025, it slipped to the third spot in electric two-wheeler segment. Its market share plummeted from a commanding 49.2% in May 2024 to just 20% in May 2025. The decline is not just year-on-year, month-over-month analysis also shows a negative trend, with market share dropping from 22.1% in April 2025 to 20% in May 2025. This decline coincides with significant gains by its competitors. In May 2025, TVS Motor emerged as the market leader with a 25% market share, as a substantial increase from 15.6% in May 2024. Bajaj Auto secured the second position with 22.6% market share, nearly doubling its share from 12.1% in May 2024. Ather Energy also saw its share rise to 13.1% in May 2025, from 8.1% a year prior. Hero MotoCorp, another legacy player, was ranked 5th in April 2025 with 7% market share. Now let's look at the numbers. Ola Electric's financial health shows a concerning trend of widening losses despite initial revenue growth. For the financial year ending March 31st, 2025, the company reported a consolidated revenue from operations of 4,514 crore rupees, a decline from 5,010 crores in FY24. The net loss for FY25 significantly widened to 2,276 crore rupees, up from 1,584 crore rupees in the previous fiscal year. Total expenses for FY25 amounted to 6,253 crores, with material costs, employee benefits, and other expenses being major contributors. Finance costs also doubled to 366 crore rupees from 186 crores in FY24. The fourth quarter of FY25 presented an even tougher picture. Revenue from operations sharply decreased to 611 crores, a 62% year-on-year decline from 1,598 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. The net loss in Q4 FY25 surged by 109% to 870 crore rupees, compared to 418 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. The EBITDA loss for the quarter was 695 crore rupees, with deeply negative EBITDA margin of minus 122.7%. The automotive segment, while generating 652 crore rupees in revenue, incurred an EBITDA loss of 512 crore, primarily due to seasonality, competitive pressure, and fixed costs. The early stage cell segment reported zero revenue and an EBITDA loss of 28 crore rupees, reflecting its early investment phase. Despite these setbacks, Ola is aiming for EBITDA profitability by FY26, banking on cost cutting and new product sales. But with expenses up 20.2% quarter on quarter in Q4 FY25, the path to profitability looks steep. Ola Electric's troubles are piling up faster than a Bengaluru's traffic jam. Here's a rundown of what's gone wrong. Firstly, Ola Electric has faced a torrent of consumer complaints, with over 10,000 grievances lodged against the company the last 1 year alone, prompting the Central Consumer Protection Authority to issue a formal notice. Customers are vocal about issues like sudden battery drainage, dents on new scooters, and poor after-sales services. Service centers are overwhelmed with delays and inadequate support, fueling frustration. Ola's aggressive showroom expansion hit a wall when it was revealed that over 95% of its outlets lacked proper trade certificates. Transport authorities raided stores, seized vehicles, and shut down showrooms. The Maharashtra government recently ordered closures of non-complaint outlets, adding to the regulatory mess. Ola Electric faced legal challenges when Rosemeta Digital Services Limited, a provider of vehicle registration service, initiated insolvency proceedings against Ola. Rosemeta Digital alleged default on payments for services rendered. The dispute was ultimately resolved when Ola Electric cleared all outstanding dues amounting to 26.75 crore rupees. This payment finally led to the withdrawal of the insolvency petitions. And that's not all. Ola Electric's market share has sharply declined, dropping to third place in May 2025, overtaken by TVS and Bajaj. In April, 5 legacy players, TVS, Bajaj, Hero, Greaves, and Kinetic, captured 55% of the EV two-wheeler market, with Ola and 20 startups held 42%. TVS and Bajaj, both in the market since 2020, have scaled quickly, with Bajaj nearly doubling its share. Their strong service networks contrast Ola's ongoing service issues as legacy players grow and subsidy changes loom. The outlook for EV startups like Ola is increasingly uncertain. In June 2025, Hyundai and Kia fully exited Ola Electric, selling their combined stake of 3.09% for 690 crore rupees via block deals. Hyundai sold its 2.47% for 552 crore rupees and Kia sold 0.62% for 137 crore rupees. The exit came after Ola's weak Q4 FY25 results and triggered an 8% drop in the stock. While Citigroup bought a 1.95% stake, over 63% went to undisclosed investors, raising concerns about long-term backing. Ola continues to struggle with product quality, service issues, and regulatory lapses, affecting customer trust and retention. Despite higher margins on premium models, it reportedly loses money on mass market products. In India, price-sensitive market, balancing growth with profitability remains a major challenge. Ola Electric missed the key milestone to start cell manufacturing at its Gigafactory by April 2025, as required under the government's PLI scheme. The company received an official notice on March 3, 2025 for non-achievement of milestone 1. Trial production began in March 2024 with BIS certification received in May 2024, but commercial production is now expected only in Q1 FY26. Delays are mainly due to supply chain disruptions and operational challenges. Ola is engaging with authorities to seek deadline extensions and remain committed to scaling production. This delay highlights the challenges Ola faces in establishing India's first large-scale battery cell manufacturing facility. Finally, there are few other roadblocks that we need to discuss. Ola Electric laid off over 1,000 employees across multiple departments to reduce costs and improve efficiency. This follows an earlier round of 500 job cuts as the company restructures amid financial pressures. The company faced significant social media criticism over poor after-sales service, faulty software and delayed repairs with nearly 80,000 monthly complaints reported. The Central Consumer Protection Authority issued a show cause notice over consumer complaints and alleged misleading advertisements. Key senior executives including Chief Marketing Officer Anshul Khandelwal and Chief Technology Officer Suvonil Chatterjee resigned in December 2024 amid ongoing restructuring reflecting ongoing internal changes and efforts to streamline leadership. Now, despite the storm, Ola Electric has a few aces up its sleeve. The S1 Gen 3 portfolio and Roadster series with prices starting at 79,999 and 99,999 could attract a broader customer base. The upcoming launch of electric motorcycles starting second quarter of FY26 onwards could be a potential game changer. A cornerstone of Ola Electric's future strategy is its investment in advanced battery technology and local manufacturing. The company has unveiled its indigenous Bharat battery cell, a cutting-edge 4680 lithium-ion cell designed a significant technological upgrade offering 5 times more energy density than the currently used 2170 cells, translating to longer ranges for EVs and faster charging times. The success of this strategy is evident in the growing share of parts both engineered in-house and manufactured in-house. Another factor is government's push. India has set bold targets under the National Electric Mobility Mission Plan 2020, aiming for EVs to constitute 30% of private cars, 70% of commercial vehicles, 40% of buses and 80% of two-wheelers and three-wheelers by 2030. This translates to approximately 80 million EVs on Indian roads by the end of the decade, a monumental shift from the current 3 million registered EVs as of 2023. Apart from this, Ola Electric is the only Indian EV company selected by the government under its ambitious 80,000 crore rupees cell PLI scheme, receiving the maximum capacity of 20 gigawatts for its bid in March. Now coming towards our last section, which is leaving our viewers with some key takeaways. India's EV space is booming, with the two-wheeler segment alone set to cross $93 billion by 2028. Ola Electric is well placed but also high risk. Its rapid expansion and vertical integration bring big operational and financial challenges. Ola posted a 2,276 crore rupees losses in FY25 with negative cash flows and a going concern warning from auditors. While they aim for EBITDA profitability by FY26, investors should be cautious. It's a steep climb from here. Ola's market share is shrinking as players like TVS and Bajaj gain ground, backed by strong brand trust and better service networks. Meanwhile, Ola struggles with service and quality issues, areas it must urgently fix. From scaling its gigafactory to launching new products and improving service, execution is everything. Missed timelines or poor delivery could hurt both customer trust and financial health. The big picture looks promising: vertical integration, a wide EV portfolio, and a growing market. But short term risks are high. Investors may want to wait for steady progress on operations, profits, and market share before going all in. Now, to conclude, Ola Electric's journey from a trailblazer to a company in crisis is a stark reminder of the challenges in the EV sector. Customer complaints, regulatory hurdles, and financial losses have dimmed its shine. But the story isn't over. With new product launches, government backing, and a focus on innovation, Ola has a shot at comeback. For investors, it's a high risk, high reward play. Proceed with caution but keep an eye on Ola's next moves. As India's EV revolution charges forward, Ola Electric's fate hangs in the balance. Will it charge and roar back or fizzle out? Only time will tell. Having said this is Neha signing off.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.